I like when YouTube tells me that I'm live. Hey guys, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Moments with Bella. So, you don't want to miss this one today. You don't want to miss this one. So, yani, hmm. Hey Papa. Oh my gosh, you're here quick. Hi. How are you doing, Papa? How is home? What did I want to go and get? I wanted to go get something. How is home, Papa? I hope you're well. So today I have a story for you guys. Yeah, I've been kind of thinking and wondering if I should do a story time with Bella. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Home is good. Yes, home have to be home. Home is home. Always good. Wonderful. So over here we are finally having summer, and it has been only, yeah, summer supposed to be like end of April, but end of April can also be snowing, or middle of April, or beginning of May even can also be snowing, but it is supposedly the beginning of summer. Um, but it has been raining a lot. So we had some good days in May, but in June, well, June was just raining, and some part of Germany and other European countries nearby were even flooding. And so we had a lot of rain here, and of course, every now and then or every other day it will also be rainy and windy. But today was a good day. Today is 28 degrees, is it? Where's my temperature thingy? Today we have 28 degrees, and we were outside, of course. It is a very German thing to go outside and to go for a walk. I'm sure somebody can come. Oh, 29 degrees, it says. Like in Namibia. Yeah, you might come across people making jokes about going back home and asking people to go for a walk. It is such a German thing. So people don't stay inside here, especially when the day is nice. And that is because you have longer days or longer period of time in the year where the weather is not nice. So when the weather is good, everybody's outside. So we always go outside. Plus, if when you are working during the week and you're at work, maybe in the morning until 5 o'clock, you come home. Um, the only free time you have, you don't want to spend it at home also or inside. So people go outside, and also there are a lot of beautiful places to go: parks, lakes where you can just sit around, cafes where you can have coffee, light lunch, ice, and so on. There are beautiful places to go around. There are thousands and thousands of hiking trails or walking trails or cycling trails, anything you want. There are lots and lots of paths, and the Germans really put effort on recreational places where people can just relax outside. And we happen to be living in a very beautiful city this time. I'm enjoying myself. There are beautiful parks. I do have some videos I put up that is from just one big park. There's another on a different side of a town also. And the best thing is it's even free. You can just go there. This is funny because in Germany, a lot of things are not free. There's always an entrance fee or a fee for something, but at these two parks, you can just walk for free, park your car. Of course, the parking is not for free, but yeah, you can park and wander in the park and stay however long you want for free. So that one we do enjoy, and I like being outside. So we were outside today, not only because it's a good day, that is number one reason. Number two, I like to be outside, and it is just a German thing to do to be outside. So, anywho, yeah, I was out like this today. This is how I try to do my hair. Actually, I had a different style in mind to do just these braids on this side and then do bantu knot. But I started late and I was in front of the TV, so I was watching TV. And so I didn't do bantu knots. I went out just like this. But I realized that every time I do my own hair, I pull so much. Here, it is really, really paining right here. So I need to take this one out while I'm chatting to you guys. And then I will do a bantu knot. So I'm going to, you guys have to excuse me. I'm going to get my water bottle so I can spray myself. But before I do that, or spray my hair, not myself, I need to take off all this stuff because I just can't work well with them. I have them just because, uh, yeah. So taking off everything. And then I promise I'll get to the story. I'll tell you a story, you guys, today. I'll tell you a story. So thank you for being here. Please, if you're watching from your phone and you want to give me a like and you don't know how to do it, you can just double tap your screen. That will give me a like. I will appreciate that. So let me go and get my water bottle so I can spray my hair because I want to undo these things. They are really painful. So especially here at the beginning. I'll be back 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I just want to get my water bottle. You always have to spray your hair so you don't just break your hair anyhow. So I'm going to undo this, but it was kind of cute. It turned out cute when I did this. I just have to go in the car like this. That's how I go in the car. So because this thing is always um, tall. I don't know how to make it short. Maybe like this. I don't know. But anyhow, let me show you the back. Can you see the back? Yeah. It turned out quite okay. But it's not the style I had in mind. So come on in, guys. Come on in. Maybe when I have let me make it 5 people on here, then I can start the story. But I think nah, that won't be fair to people that will come later because they'll have to, I don't know, also wait or something like that. So I'll just start telling it, and then if somebody want to come and watch it back later, can also just catch up. I hope I don't stay long. I always say that though, but I often stay long then. Mhm. So let me tell you The first time and the last time that I remember my father whooped me. I don't know if I'm allowed to say beat because Facebook also might just consider it something else. But yeah, it is how African parents discipline their kids. Whooping and beating is not really beating because beating sounds like, I don't know, sounds so violent, but it is just a word. But anyway, so I think it might not be the only time my father whooped me or beat me. Let me say whip me because he did whip me. Um, it might be or it might not be the only time, but this is the only time I remember actually. I think I was between the age of 6 and 8. I really don't remember the year. I will remember the year if I go back, if I concentrate and go back and think on it. But it's not really important. But I think I was either 6, 7, yeah. I don't want to say 8. I would think maybe I was a little bit younger than 8. So what happened was I am the second oldest. I have an older sister, and my older sister is about 3 years older than me, maybe even going to 4 years older than me. So, and my sister really carried herself like an older sibling. She took her responsibility very serious. But anyhow, I like to be sent. Even now, my mom can tell you that I think among of all her children, she said it herself. I was the most obedient. I don't talk back. I don't refuse. I like to be sent, on errands. But also, I was a kid. That was what kids do. You get sent on errands. So on this particular day, my father was not always at home because he was away with work, like all the men usually work very far from home, and then they will come home. I don't know how often, really. It was not so much. So, but this time my dad was at home. I don't know where he was working this particular time. And again, if I think back hard, I can even remember what he was working at that time, but it's not important. So he was home. Usually, it's just my mom and the kids at home. So, and I don't also know why we as children always fear our fathers more than we fear our moms. Although our moms usually talks a lot and scold us a lot, but and the father usually is not involved. He gets involved in disputes when the mother think that you are not listening also, but it was never our case. Our mom was such a disciplinary person. Um, she can handle it herself. She never really have to say, "Oh, wait until your dad comes home" or something like that. No, she handled things just fine. So anyway, on this day, my dad was at home, but there was no sugar. So he sent me to go and buy the sugar at one shop near our village. Um, I'm from Okalongone, for those that don't know or didn't watch my Oshuambo tag video. I'm from Okalongo in Omusati region. And when I was a kid, it is still there, these cooker shops near the road called Oshurura. Oshurura It's on the way from Oshikuku to Okalongo. And there was a big shop. Hakutiwa no Maraka. Those shops, they used to call them like a supermarket, but it was not really a supermarket, it was just one shop. But maybe you can say a supermarket, like a mini supermarket. So this guy or this man who owned that supermarket was a rich man from a nearby village, Okando. Omaraka, this shop owned by Tate Pendukeni. So in this shop, there was a lot of things. You can buy soap, you can buy bread, sugar. In a way, you can say it's a mini market. Okamini ngatwara kucha. How do we get Ostora happen again? They just refer to the shop with the owner's name. So my father sent me. The shop was not very far from our home. I would say maybe 1.5 kilometers. But for a kid 6, 7 years old, um, yeah, and it was when I was a kid, it was so safe. You can send a kid this distance, and parents always look after or look out for children. And yeah, it's a village, everybody know whose kid this is and stuff like that. So there was no danger at all, even if it seems like I was young. So 6, 7, I could have been 8, but I don't think I was 8. So I went, and I like to go because usually when you go, your parents can even say, okay, you are allowed to use 20 cents to buy. Yes, I am from that time where the 20 cent was money. You can use 20 cents to buy sweet, or I think even a slice of bread. They used to have this. They didn't sell bread in sliced already. It was one loaf, and usually they didn't sell it as whole, although you can buy them as whole. Yes, I am that old. So you they slice off slices. So a parent could really just buy bread for 60 cents because a slice costed 20 cents. If you buy 3 slices, could be enough for 4 children at home or 5 children at home, because then you just share. You can break the 20 piece into however many pieces you want. So sometimes when you are sent, they will say, okay, use 20 cent and buy whatever you want. You can buy bread, or as kids we often like sweet. You can buy sweet. That was one of the reasons why I liked to go. I liked to be sent. Yeah? Then another reason was also I like to be by myself. I can play on the road to wherever I'm going, and I like to explore. Like now, like I said in the beginning, I like to be outside. It's not a new thing. I always like to be outside. That's number two. Number three, when you are sent to go to a store, whatever work they are doing at home, you escape this work. I personally do not like pounding mahango. I didn't like pounding mahango at all. Although I was small, I need to go. And I like to play. On the way, there are trees like a mandi, a mwe. You can just collect, and then you find the place where they look for tiger nuts. You can start just looking for tiger nuts, and I get lost in my own world, and sometimes even forgetting that I was sent. So for these reasons, I like to go. So my father sent me, and I was happy to go. I don't remember if he said I can use 20 cents to buy something for myself or not. But I went, I didn't even play, I think. I went to the store. Now, this store was notorious for mice, rats, yeah, mouse. That sometimes people will buy a piece of soap and it will have like a chunk Or you buy a candle, and the candle will have like you can see something was eating it. So even the store owner know there are rats in there. So depending on how much the damage is, sometimes they give you a small price off, or they don't sell them, or so. There were rats in the store. Ne? So when I bought the sugar, I think, and sometimes the shopkeeper would even just give a kid a sweet here or a drink or something. You know, I don't know if I gotten sweet or didn't get sweet. I just know I bought sugar. And I was very honest. I never, some kids would trick the parents and say, oh, the lady didn't give me enough change. And, or the lady, Okwanyoko manch, what is Okanyokoma in English? Like cheated me, didn't give me enough. Some ladies did that because the parents could just say, ah, the kid lost the money. Ah, maybe the kid used the money to buy a sweet. Now they're saying the shopkeeper didn't give me enough money or whatever. You know, it could go either way, whether from the shopkeeper or from the kids themselves. So I bought, but me, I was honest. I always give back the correct change. Yeah. Actually, while we're here, let me share myself out. I'm gonna share myself out, and then I continue the story. So remember, I bought the sugar, I got the change, I I have the change. Huh? So let me just share myself out for now. Then I'll continue the story. Mhm. All right, here we are. Okay, okay, okay. Share. How do I do that? Wait. All right, here I'm gonna share it to my Facebook. Hmm. Ish. I don't know. This story could backfire, but I hope not. So, mhm. What? This was private to public. Yeah, I can do that. Let's do this. All right, shared by myself. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. You know, if you're not sharing yourself out, who will? You have to share yourself out. Anywho, why not? Why I don't see myself? Huh. Sorry, guys. I'll be back to this story. I mean, what? That is not cool. the heck? How come? Sorry. I'm just, that is odd. That's very odd. But anyhow, done. So, all right, I shared. Now I can continue my story. So, I bought the sugar and then I went on my way home. If you're from the north, you know we have this camel thorn bushes. I pick a thorn. But before I go there, back then, even now, you still buy sugar in a paper bag. This white marathon sugar. When I was a kid, the sugar was in a brown paper bag. It was still marathon sugar, but it was brown paper bag, but and then it also doubled. It has double layer of paper, like now, only it wasn't white. So it was only paper. Back then, I don't know when plastics came to Namibia actually. When I was a kid, a lot of things were bought in plastic bag or in sacks. Those sacks that we use as us as wambo to make omalovo, our brews. Those were the sacks where you can buy maybe flowers or maize or something. They were not, these plastic things were not there back then when I was a kid. So I poke a hole in this paper bag of sugar. Then I started, so I can let it drip in my mouth. So I'll be like licking sugar. And then in my mind, I told myself, because in this store, they always have rats, I'm going to tell my dad that the rats did that, you know? But I was also now wondering, or kind of maybe forgetting, how would I make it to look like rats? Rats ate it because it will really be different. Maybe there will even be a bigger hole if the rats ate a hole in a sugar bag. But I was a kid, so I didn't think of a lot of things and how they will play out. I just thought I was my mind was still limited, you know. So I poke a hole, and then grains of sugar started dripping out, and I'm licking it, and it became addictive. So I keep licking it. I kept licking it and licking it, and before I knew it, my saliva and the paper bag made this hole wet. This paper bag became wet. The hole became bigger. By the time I realized, oh, I don't know if my dad will really believe that it is rats that ate the hole into the sugar because now it's wet. Oh, I realized just how much trouble I'm in, but it is already too late. So I'm like, now what am I going to do? Um, and also at this point, let's say this is the sugar. This is the bag of sugar. So here in the corner, it is the hole became bigger because I was just like this. First, I was squeezing it out, dropping on my hand, and then I'll lick it, and then it becomes so sweet. You know, it's sugar mousse. So I started like this, and so it became wet. Now I have to hold the sugar like this, so the hole can be against my hand. So how do I close it? So I tilt it like this, and I started blowing on it. I started blowing on it with my hand like this, so the hole can dry up. so that I can continue my lie and say the rats really ate it. Because if I go home and it's wet, my dad won't believe it. So I was nervous. I was nervous. So now the sugar, the paper did dry, but the hole cannot become smaller. So the hole cannot become smaller. Now what do? I go home and I don't know. I thought maybe because it's my dad who sent me to go and buy sugar, I don't take it to the kitchen. Plus, I thought I was lucky because when I went to the house, my dad was not in the house. So I went to his room and he had a wooden table, much like this one that I have my laptop on. Um, he has a wooden table in his room. So I went in his room. Remember, I'm walking the whole time like this because I can't hold it anywhere else. It will just drip out. So I'm holding it against my hand. So I put it like this on the table, just slowly, and then remove my hand. Yeah? I thought I was clever. I don't know. I was young. Then, when we were kids, you have house clothes. When I was a kid, when I was like 6, 7, we didn't even wear really clothes. We wore some type of underwear. We wore some type of underwear. Oh, Amana, I just have to say this in my language, guys. But because I can't explain this underpants. How do I tell? How can I? Omangejamos, omadrongiaka. They were green, they were black, they were maroon, reddish. What other colors were there? Those ones are the only one we wore at home. Like when you go, you can put on clothes. As soon as you come back home, you take out your clothes. Ikuti opanumos. So I took out the dress I was wearing most probably because we didn't wear also pants back then. And then I'm happy in my underwear, no shirt, because I was 6 or 7. In the village, that's how free we were. I don't know. I don't think there were even pedophiles back then. Like now, everybody's worried about, cover your kid. As we were free. So I removed my clothes. I went Then I went outside where my father was. I told him, "Oh, Tate, I brought the sugar. I put it on your table and the change." You know, my dad knows. I don't think he know how much sugar was. Maybe he had an idea, but he trusts me because I never really did some tricks or anything. So um, then he said, "Oh, thank you very much, my daughter." And to me, I thought that is the end of the story. I didn't even think what would happen when he pick up the sugar like this and start dripping out. So I went to the furthest tree in the field to go and play. Forget about. I don't think we even ate lunch yet. So I went there to go and play. Far, far, far. Not the one that is near the house. I went to the one in the distance. I don't even know what I was thinking, if that will save me or whatever. So my dad called me because when he went and picked up the sugar to go and give it to my mom, because the sugar does not belong in his sleeping room where I put it, it just went. And I think he had to, I wasn't there, but I think he had to quickly put it back down to realize. And then when he looked, maybe he turned it upside down and examined the hole, could tell that I was sucking on it. So he called me. And me, I don't know if I was stupid or I was obedient. Some kids will not go. Maybe if it was my mom, I would have also stayed. And Mamona, we are just you will be dealt with, so you just stay away. So I went, but I'm sure even if it was my mom, I would have just gone because I was like that. Not my brother though. I have one brother. This one you can never catch unprepared. This brother of mine, you will never catch him unprepared. He was always like this. I think he always took himself as a suspect. He was like this. And if my mom called him, he would not come very close to her like this. He would just be in the distance, very much aware. Not me. Not me. I was clever in my own way, but not like this. I was just obedient. I don't know. So I went. My father was already ready with a whoop, not a whoop, a whip, ongora. Mana, engora diado kuvenga endongi engobenge tokurura. We have those whips that we used to whip the cows or donkeys with when we are plowing so that they can walk faster. Every house has those. Hey, you pray that if your parent is going to whoop you, that she or he will use either a branch from the tree or a mahango stalk, not that whip. We all fear that whip. We don't like that whip. That whip is made from either a bicycle tire or a car tire that they cut thin, like a long strip. You know, those ones are painful. Mhm. So my father already had that one in his hand, but because we also had the fear of him, my father was very friendly and he loved us. He loved kids, but I think a lot of kids just have more respect or more fear of their father than their mom. My mom would whoop us almost every day for everything or anything, but my dad not. But we still fear him more than we fear our mom. So you know what I mean. But even if he had it in his hand, I still went. You know why? Because I just have that fear of him. Not the fear that he was a violent man to us, he wasn't. It's just the fear of your dad. You know, you don't know mess with your dad. So I went. Then he held me by the hand, you know. He asked me what happened to the sugar. I lied. I lied. That's when I said, ah, omkurukani wa mastero kwati anwa oharika kembuku. Ah, I lied to him and I lied on a woman. I think that's what got me woke. Because parents don't like when you are lying. The fact that I lied to him and the fact that I lied about the woman, I think is what got me woke more than what I did. Because my father usually would laugh at my notorious acts. He thinks it was clever or funny. My mom not, but he usually did. I think it was the lying. I'm not sure yet. So I don't remember if he scolded me or nothing. I just remember this one chaya like this on the legs. I don't know from my waist down, legs, buttock, whatever. Just once, one will. Maybe he talk. You know, parents always talk. I don't like your lying or what you did. I don't know. I do not remember anything else except that wire, like this one. I peed myself. Okay. I- it's embarrassing to tell now at my age. I was very embarrassed. Not that I was whooped, but that I peed myself. And I peed my underwear. And my underwear at home, I have to stay in this underwear. It was the house outfit. I peed. I ran. Choop. When he whooped me, he let me go. He released my hand after just one whip, and I ran. He wasn't even chasing me. He was done with me, but I ran as if he was after me. Mind you, the kids from the neighbor house, we used to play together under this tree that is near the house. I did not go there to them. I went again back to where I was when I brought the sugar because now I was embarrassed. My underwear is wet because I peed myself, and I didn't want to be with others while I'm wet. So I went there and I played by myself. I think I cried and I started gathering, collecting embe, momwe, and minding my own business there. And that was it. That was the first and the last time I remember my dad ever whooped me or beat me. Just that one time. As a kid, that's all I remember. I don't remember even if I had the pat. Maybe I did because maybe I was, you know how the kids cry non-stop for nothing. Although I was not a crier, actually. I don't know. So I don't think he ever whooped me at all, except this one time. And that was it. And I don't think I ever would have ever repeated that because that was enough. I think that was enough to teach me a lesson. I don't know about my sibling if my dad ever beat us. My dad, when we were kids, even I don't remember. My dad didn't like to beat us. He didn't beat us at all. I don't know about my other sibling if he ever. Maybe I have to ask them. Do you remember if dad ever whooped you or whatever? But my mom whooping is every day like your daily bread. That's how the whooping went. Like she will send you, go and fetch water. You take long, you will come and get it. And mostly we also beat by if you lie, mostly. All the parents don't like when you lie. If you lie, they will know somehow because you just look like somebody who's lying because you're lying and you are nervous and then they know, but also because they are elders, they know you are lying. So you still get beat, you know. But I got whooped so many times by my mom, but still she will tell you I'm the most obedient of her children. I'm like, but then why did you whoop me so many times? And but me, when my mom used to send me, I used to do a lot of things. But I will tell you another funny story. This one, I will combine the two because they are almost the same but different. So I will combine those two. So if you like this story and want to hear more of my stories, because I do have many, you just have to be prepared. My stories goes like this, like this. They are not like this. No, that's boring. It have to go like like a KV road. That's how my stories go. So if you enjoy the stories and you would like to hear more, and you think I should include story time with Bella on my live, you just let me know. And I would like to hear from you. Do you have a similar experience? Did your dad ever discipline you or whooped you? Or how did your dad discipline you or your mom or who was the disciplinary person in your house growing up? Was it your mom? Was it your dad? Did you ever get in trouble? Let me know if you don't mind sharing. I would like to hear in the comments. Oh, I would like to hear this in the comments. Maybe you cannot write the whole story, but just say something. I'm very much interested. But yeah, I think I would do once a week a story with Bella until my stories are finished. So next time, I'll tell you my notorious act. Yeah. I was very, how do you say? As you are seeing me now, I'm very quiet. I'm a quiet person. Yeah. I do talk, in the company of one or two people that I know very well, then I won't stop talking. But people that I don't know very well, or a large group of people, I'm shy. I'll be quiet. But you should have seen me when I was a kid. I was very quiet, but I was um, I was very very clever. You know those kids that you think they don't know anything, but actually knows everything. Maybe not everything in life, but you think they don't know what's going on because I'm sitting there facing that side playing, and you think I'm not hearing, and I did not see anything. I see everything and I hear everything. That was me as a kid. And I was so clever. I was so clever already at a young age that I knew that people knew or people thought I don't know anything. So I used it to my advantage. I used it to my advantage. Exactly. I acted exactly how they thought I was. So they never suspected me. I'll be the last person they will suspect of doing something. But I also didn't do a lot of naughty things, but I did some naughty things as well. Yeah, like going and stealing meat in the pot, wearing somebody else's shoes, or walking backward. You know those things, Mom. You are walking backward so that your mom will think, ah, these footprints are coming from there. Maybe only the only time she was there is when I sent her to go and make sure the fire is still going. Yeah? Or okay, Herebo Pombe. Or wearing somebody. But this one, I don't know. We were not clever like that because we thought I'll just wear my brother's shoes and go and eat meat from the pot. Now, forgetting that my own brother would not wear his own shoes and go and eat meat. Who does that? I mean, how stupid can you be to make it obvious that it's you? It's obviously not you, somebody else. But even if my mom knows it's somebody else wearing my brother's shoes, she doesn't know it's me. You know, things like this. I was kind of naughty like that. But yeah, I will tell more of my stories. I have embarrassing stories when I was a teenager or a grown up. I have so many stories. So I hope you like this. I'm still going to remove all this. I managed only to remove this one. I'm going to braid it back, but not as tight. I hope, because this one was so tight, it was painful. And then I'll undo all this and make bantu knots like I wanted to do in the first place. So anyway, that's my story for today. Stay tuned for more stories to come. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We had a very nice day today. I told a little bit in the beginning of what we did. So, yeah, let me know how how you enjoy the story. People were not very much chatty today at all, but that's all right. That is all right. So, on that note, guys, I'm going to continue braiding myself, but I will leave you. I think this is loose enough, yes. It is still just paining from the one I had from last night. Oh, that was painful. But this one is not paining at all. Yeah, the hair itself is paining. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Goodbye.